Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am going to be putting in my own tape-in extensions at home, and then I'm also going to be answering a Q&A. I put a little question box out there on Instagram, and I got a bunch of questions, so I figured while I'm doing this, I will answer those and make it a video. My hair looks kind of funny right now because I took all my extensions out. I had just had a few tape-ins to fill it out and it was short. So I took most of them out, and then I just left some longer ones in the front because I figured I could use those as face frame around the long ones because they're long enough, but obviously it looks funny with my own hair. This is the length of my own hair right here, and we're doing 22-inch tape-ins. We're doing the unseen tape-ins, so these ones are super seamless. I custom colored them to match my hair because I have like rose gold pink hair right now. So we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna show you how I do this by myself. Okay, so I have all of my tape-ins laid out right here. We already custom colored them using the Celeb Luxury Viral Shampoo, and I have two different colors. I have the Stew and the Freddy because when I do pink, I like to make it really custom and not just one tone. So these are both dimensional rooted blondes, which adds dimension. The Stew has those darker pieces, so these ones almost went more rose gold, whereas the Freddy's lighter, so it took it more of like a pastel pink peach. And when you mix the two of these together, it gives them a really pretty custom result. So I'm gonna put all of these tape-ins in. I've got my double-sided and single-sided tape. I'm all set up here and we're ready to go. When I'm doing this myself, I just kind of have to feel for what I'm doing in the back. So I section my hair off, and I know like the pattern I want to do because that's what I pretty much do on everyone, but I just kind of have to do it blindly, which can be hard, but I feel like as hairdressers, we all end up doing our own hair at some point, so it's kind of easy because I've been doing it for a while. I will say I don't think I could do wefts on myself. I think beading and sewing a track on yourself would be so hard, but if you're in a pinch, tape-ins are pretty easy to use. And I'm doing the Freddy on bottom and the Stew on top because the Stew is the darker of the two and underneath is a little bit darker. And then I'll put like the brighter ones more towards the top. So I just put that Freddy in, and then I'm gonna put that Stew right atop of it. And I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, so I will do a shot where I show you guys from the back how this looks. But I just kind of like feel for where I want it, and then that one's in. Okay, so I'm just continuing the back of my head. I always start with the back and then work my way to the sides. And I figured I would start answering some questions. So I have my little question box pulled up, and the first question is, do you think charging hourly or having a base price for services is better, and why? I think this really depends on your area and what's normal for it, because I feel like with hair, every area is different as far as like what you can charge and what people will pay. I personally don't feel like I will ever charge hourly. I feel like there's two reasons. One is the faster you get, the less money you make if you're doing hourly. And then the second reason is I feel like every client is going to have, different things that need to be used and different, like situations with their hair. And I understand that charging hourly makes sense for some people, but I feel like clients kind of get turned off by that, and it kind of makes it seem a little more transactional rather than like a service. So I feel like if you have a pricing menu where you can like break down the different options you have and why it would range in price, I feel like they understand it a little bit more. And I feel like that's a top priority for me, is making sure that my clients understand the pricing and why I do things a certain way. So how we do it at the salon is we have a pricing menu, and it has a base price, and then it can go up just depending on what needs to be used for their hair. And we always give them that range so that they're prepared just in case. So that is my personal opinion, but I know some people charge hourly and love it. So I think my biggest piece of advice for that is to make sure you're doing research on your area and what's normal for your industry based off of where you live. Second question is, what are the perks of being a Jay-Z ambassador and when will you be accepting new ones? This is a great question. We do have an ambassador program. You can actually apply for it on our website. I will put a link in the description box below. We aren't currently accepting new ones just because we do already have, I think we have 7 or 8 of them. And to be honest, with everything we've had going on lately with education, salon, and me moving and everything, it just hasn't been a huge priority to add more ambassadors, but I think that next year we will be looking into that. When we did the open ambassador call on the website, we got hundreds of applications. So we have a lot of people that have applied and we will be going through those pretty soon and picking new people. It's not ever gonna be a set thing where it's like, oh, we're only gonna have this many or we're only gonna take new ambassadors this time of year. It's just gonna be kind of random when we feel like we wanna add people and if we find someone who's a good fit that's applied. So if you have applied, stay tuned. We will be going through those soon. And if you have not applied, then you totally can on the website at any time. The perks of being a Jay-Z ambassador. So we have a little group me that all of the ambassadors are in. So we have communication all the time, which is really fun. All the girls have built a really cool relationship. Some of them have met, some have not, but everyone's like so supportive of each other and super friendly. We're always like keeping each other up to date on what's going on in our lives. The main perk is we let you guys know first when new products are releasing, new hair extension colors, when we're having a sale, any like exciting announcement. Like we have the destination education coming up soon and they gave us feedback on what they would like to see with that. They were the first ones to know about it. So just basically first access to anything. And then when we do release new products, we send the ambassadors the new products and there are stipulations. They have to post like a certain amount of things about the products they get. And we do have graphics and content that they're able to use or they can make their own content. And it's super fun because it's, you know, people that are, you know, real life stylists that are giving their feedback on our products and letting people know how they feel about them. So that's the number one perk. And then another perk is that whenever we need a guest educator outside of our salon, our ambassadors are the first choice. So Destry, for example, is one of our ambassadors. She's been an ambassador for a while and she's now been a guest educator for like, gosh, well over 6 months now. It's been a long time. And she was the very, very first ambassador to ever guest educate, the first person outside of our immediate team to guest educate. And it's been so fun. Another one of our ambassadors, Rachel, has also done it. So if we ever need extra help with education, that is a perk that the ambassadors get, is they get to be chosen for that. And then, yeah, just kind of being a part of the Jay-Z family. And there's probably going to be more perks in the future, but right now it's just being a part of our community, getting free products, getting to educate, things like that. The next question is, best tip for the business side of our industry. I've noticed that a lot of people who are hairdressers or in the beauty industry are like, oh, it'd be so fun to open a salon. I know I was that way, and it is a lot of fun, and it's like the dream. But a lot of times us that are in the beauty industry are creative types, and we love doing hair and creating, and so, you know, decorating a salon sounds really fun, and having your own space sounds amazing, but when you're a creative type, a lot of times the business side and all of the behind the scenes don't come as easy because that's not how your brain works, you know? So you can get into it and be a little bit overwhelmed and not exactly know how to like run the business stuff. And so I think that if you are someone like that and you're wanting to open a business or a salon or do products or whatever it may be, my biggest piece of advice is do what you can, you know, focus on what you do best and hire out the rest. That's gonna be the way that you'll be the most successful, because then you'll have people who, you know, can kind of guide you in the right direction, who know what they're doing with the business side and run that stuff for you while you do the stuff that you're passionate about. I feel like that's a really good piece of advice for people in that position. Okay, next question is favorite candy. Well, that's a good one. I love all candy. I'm a sweet tooth, but I feel like my favorite candy is peanut M&Ms. I've always loved those. My favorite thing when we go to the movies is to get like popcorn and peanut M&Ms. It's like my guilty pleasure. Okay, next question is, what are some new things that Jagger does? He is at such a crazy age right now. He is 20 months old actually as of today because it's now December, and he is learning so many things. I think the coolest thing I've noticed recently is, you know, they kind of go through that stage where they're a baby, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, you're a toddler. And I feel like he's kind of turning that corner where now he's starting to babble and say words. But the coolest thing is that he's like totally starting to notice things and copy things. I was doing my makeup the other day and I was like watching a makeup tutorial while I was doing it. And this was before we moved in our old house, and I had like my makeup station in his room so that I could just get ready like in his room to make it easy to keep an eye on him. And I was watching the makeup tutorial and I was using my beauty blender to like put the foundation on. And I looked over and he was in his crib watching the video with me, and he was going like this with his hand and like copying what the video was doing. And I just thought that was so funny that at like that age, he like knows what that is. And he does stuff like that a lot. Like he'll pick up a hairbrush and start brushing his hair. He loves brushing his teeth. He's just kind of becoming his own little person and picking up on just like everyday things, and that's super exciting. Next question is, when are new products dropping? So we've had a lot of exciting launches lately. We've had some new combs, clips. We have a lot of things coming soon, and all I'm gonna say is stay tuned, because before the end of the year, we will have a few more things, and then next year for sure, we will have some exciting new products. So we just have things kind of coming, and I would just keep an eye out. Okay, next question says, what is something you'd like to happen in the new year for Jay-Z? That is a great one. I have one big goal that we, like as a team, have decided will be our focus next year. And I'm not gonna say anything about it because it's like kind of a secret right now. Not many people know. So I'm not gonna say it, but it is like the biggest thing. So hopefully I'll be able to talk about it soon. The second thing though is making sure that our hair care gets launched. I kind of teased it here on Instagram and here on YouTube and on my Instagram. But we have been working on hair care, as in shampoo and conditioner and things like that, for like 2 years now. And we are finally getting to a place where it's almost done. And I had no idea the process it was going to be to get it perfect. We didn't want to release something that was not perfect. So it's taken a lot of trial and error and different formulations and stuff to get the scent, the color, the formula, the bottle, everything perfect. We're getting so much closer. So one of my biggest goals for 2022 is to just get that launched and get the hair care just ramping up. And if the shampoo and conditioner do well, then hopefully we'll have more products coming soon, and I'm super excited about that. Next question says, I regret going lighter. How long should I wait to go dark? Oh, that's always the worst. Trust me, I've been there. The nice thing about if you feel like dark is your comfort zone and you regret going lighter, you have two options. One is you could just like add in a few low lights or maybe tone down your hair a little bit to give you a little more depth, and that's not damaging at all, and that'll be a nice way to do it. Or, you know, you could go back to all dark or whatever you may be thinking is your comfort zone, and that's not damaging either. What's super damaging is going from dark to light. And Lord knows I have been there. That is the story of my life. But when you go darker, you're usually just putting like a color or a demi-permanent on your hair, and it's not like putting bleach on it. So you're safe to do it at any time. I would just say make sure that you are 100% not going to be tempted to go lighter again, because that would be the damaging part, is if you went dark and then wanted to go light again. I would start by adding in some low lights and toning down just to add a little depth, see if that's enough. And then if you're still feeling like it's too light, then you could just go all dark anytime. Next question is, how's everyone adjusting to the new house? Oh my gosh, you guys, it has been such a process. So we have been remodeling this house. Let's see, gosh. Okay, so it is now December of 2021. We first came and looked at the house in October of 2020. So it's been 14 months since we initially started thinking about doing this. It was, if you don't know the story, it was Jordan's grandparents' house. And it was, I think, built in the 70s, so it's an older home. And they were getting ready just to kind of move out into like more of like an elderly community, like assisted living type thing. So they were selling their house, and Jordan actually, when we first started dating, mentioned to me that he would love to buy his grandparents' house one day and redo it, because it has a lot of land and it's in a good location. It's in a cul-de-sac against the mountain. So I always knew he wanted to do that, but I never ever thought we would do it. So in October of last year, we came and looked at the house, and I'll insert like a few clips right here of what it looked like. You can go. Go watch our family channel if you want to see like more in-depth videos. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is not gonna work. Like I have a hard time picturing transformations like that, which is kind of funny because with hair I can totally do it, but with homes I have no idea how it works. And so I was really scared, but my mom's a contractor. Jordan had a really good vision of what he wanted to do, so we just went for it. So that process to buy the house, get a loan and everything took a few months. And I think we started the actual remodel in the springtime. So it's been a minute and we finally are moved in. So we moved in about a week and a half ago, and it has been crazy because we sold our old house luckily, and luckily the guy who moved in wanted to keep a bunch of our furniture and our TVs and our washer and dryer. So it was kind of nice because the big things we could just leave there. But we had to pack up our house, and between me and Jordan, we had a lot of stuff. And then we had to move everything over here, unpack, and it was just nuts. So literally the last like week and a half of our lives have just been packing, moving, cleaning, organizing, things like that. So our house is finally getting to a good spot. We're finally like settled in, but we did choose to move in while they were still finishing up some things. So we're living here while they're still finishing like our hood top and our like oven in the kitchen, and there's still electrical stuff to be fixed. The railing isn't up on the stairs yet. So there's like little things. So it mostly is done, but there are things we're still living through right now. So I haven't done a house tour yet just because it's not 100% done, but it is functionable. So I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of where I'm at right now. This is our master bath. So this is basically done, but we don't have a mirror yet. So that's like one of the things we're still waiting on. There's gonna be a big mirror in that frame, but this is all done. And then we're still waiting for our shower door. So our bath and shower area is done. We just don't have a door yet. So that's kind of hard. We still have like paint touch-ups. And then this is our closet. This is done for the most part. We actually finished it today. Jordan's in the middle of setting up something over there. We actually just got these lights installed in our closet, and we're getting them throughout these shelves too. That's the last thing to be done, and then we're done in here, which is awesome. I'll give you a little peek of our master. The dogs are sleeping, so cute. So it's looking pretty good, but there's still a few things. We still need internet and stuff like that. So overall, we're very happy to be here. Everyone's adjusting really well. Peyton has been very hands-on in choosing everything that goes in her room, and that's been really exciting. Her room's actually looking pretty good. I would say her room's like the most done. And then Jagger hasn't noticed a difference, but he likes it. Jordan loves it. I love it. So it feels really good to be in. So when the house is officially done, everything's done, I'm going to have like photos taken of the house, and I'm going to do a video here on my channel of a house tour. I'll show it on Instagram. So stay tuned because that will be coming soon. The next question says, do you want any more dogs or maybe even cats? No, I have 2 dogs. Love them so much. Bentley is a standard golden doodle, and he is almost 7, I think. He'll be 7 next year. He just turned 6 this year. And then Beckham is 4, 8, 9, 10, 20. He actually just turned 5 this year, so he'll be 6 next year. So they're the cutest dogs ever. Beckham's a mini, so he's a little smaller. You guys just saw them and love them so much. But with a baby and 2 dogs and a 9-year-old, like we just have so much on our plate. So I do not need any more chaos in my life. Unfortunately, no. And as far as cats go, Jordan is not a cat person, so I don't think that'll happen. My parents did have 3 cats at one point, and we all just like kind of joked always that like me and my sisters would like buy cats and then just like leave them behind. So my parents ended up with all of them, but they only have 1 now. So my sister took one of the cats. One of them actually went missing like a little bit ago, and that was really sad. And then they have 1 left. So if I need my cat fix, I'll just go to my parents' house. When is the wig installation video coming? Okay, so if you have followed me on Instagram and even here on YouTube, you may have noticed that I've been wearing a few different wigs lately. That is because after I decided that I was done being brunette, I was like, you know what? I know it's super damaging to go lighter. So I did I did a highlight session, and then I did another one just to kind of like kick it out even a little bit further. And my goal is to kind of just like let it match my natural as much as I can and let it grow in and not put as much heat on it. So after I did that second session, I just kind of toned it to like a level 8 so that it matched my natural for the most part. And I didn't put heat on it at all. I didn't put extensions in, which if you know me, that is crazy. And I just started wearing wigs because I'm like, you know, I have to have hair that looks good for my job, but if I don't want to put heat on it, that's kind of hard. So I had been wearing the wigs. I got them from What Wigs. Check him out. He is incredible. I have a blonde one, a brunette one, and like a balayaged one. And so I had like 3 different options, which is like amazing for me because I always change my hair. You guys know that. So it's kind of nice to have those because I'm like, if I get tempted to like go darker or change my hair, I could just put a wig on and that gets my fix out. So it's honestly ideal for me, and I should have been doing it years ago. But I went a full month just wearing those wigs and not putting heat on my hair, and it was awesome. I feel like my hair feels really good. I just did like treatments on it once a week, and it was kind of nice to like have a little break from the extensions and just do that. But I can't do that forever because, you know, putting a wig on every day was kind of a pain. And also like I own an extension company, so teaching classes and not wearing my own extensions felt kind of weird. So I did it for as long as I could, and I still have the wigs and I'll still utilize them, but I decided it was time to put extensions back in. So I decided to, because I didn't want to lighten my hair again. Now that it was like, it's pretty light, it like matches my natural, but it was still a little warm. And I was like, oh, I just don't want to like continue lightening it or do anything like that. So what I decided to do was just embrace the warmth, and I did the pink shampoo. I've done pink hair on and off for years, and I always love it. It's like so fun to do. So I just did that. I just, over the like level 8 I had, I just did the rose gold and the pastel pink viral shampoo on my own hair. I did like root my hair with like a 7N, 7NA just to kind of give it a little bit of depth and counteract warmth. And then just for a few days, like when I decided to do that, I just put like a few frontals in, like I said, and had my hair short for a minute. And now we're going to Oregon in just a few days. So I am going to be going longer because, you know me, I gotta be long. So long and rose gold is my plan for a while. I feel like that'll be super fun. And that's what I'm doing now. So long story short, or actually short story that ended up long, is I will be doing a wig installation video. I know a lot of people asked for that, but I'm not wearing wigs right now. So the next time that I decide to do that, when I like take my extensions out next, I will do a video like that. So stay tuned. The perfect blonde extension mixture of colors. Okay, so this is kind of hard. It depends on exactly what you're going for because there's so many different like shades of blonde. But I would say off the bat, there are 2 things I would suggest. If you want a warmer toned blonde, the Jagger is perfect. And then if you want a cooler toned blonde, the Stew is perfect. They're very similar, but the Stew's cool, Jagger's warm. And they both are a mixture of like 3 different colors all in one. So you can honestly do the Jagger by itself or the Stew by itself and get that perfect blonde. You could mix them together. You could mix the Kendra in with them to give them a little depth. You could mix the Graham to give you even more warmth. You know, there's so many things, but I would say Jagger and Stew are like the 2 go-tos I use for blonde formulas. So I finished this side, and then I'm gonna finish this side while I finish the questions, and then I'm gonna blend a little bit in style to show you guys the final result. Basically, I'm just connecting the back to the front now, and I'm going to continue answering questions. The next question I got says, if you could take back one business move you've made, what would it be? Oh my gosh, I haven't even thought about this. It's hard because I feel like I'm the type of person where I'm like, oh, everything happens for a reason, and like everything I've done I've learned from and stuff. But I would say probably in the beginning, I wish I would have been a little more clear in my lines of like friendship and business. I did have a lot of friends working for me, and I've actually had friendships end just because of like business stuff, and that's always unfortunate. And I feel like I've learned a lot since then on how to like, you know, kind of draw that line and differentiate the 2 relationships. So I would just say like maybe just how I handled certain things in the past. That would probably be my answer. Okay, next question is, how do you always stay so motivated? You motivate me every day, but how do you do it? Oh my gosh, well, thank you so much. That is so nice. This is a hard question, especially for people who have a lot going on and they have like a lot of ambition and goals. It can be hard to stay motivated and not get burnt out. I feel like I have so much going on that it can be really hard to stay motivated. But I think the biggest thing is, I'm doing it for my family. My family works for me. Jagger, I want to give him a good life. So I feel like building my businesses gives all of my family more opportunity, and I feel like that's my biggest motivation. I feel like my second motivation is that I am really passionate about everything I'm working on and doing. I love education. I love helping other stylists you know, learn a new skill and offer something new to their clients that help their clients feel beautiful. I feel like if what I do benefits other people, that is like my driver. Obviously money is nice and success is nice, but I don't feel like I'm money driven as much as I am like passion driven. So like I love being creative. I love doing things that help others, just things like that. So I love getting excited about like the new products I release and I create because I know that it'll help a stylist do their job better, or it'll, you know, help them feel like they have a cute new tool and it gets them motivated to go back to work, you know? So I feel like that is where my motivation comes from. Next question says, when are you gonna come to Montreal, Canada? That is a great question. Whenever things calm down with COVID, I know that Canada is a little stricter. I don't know what it is exactly right now, but I know it's been hard to go there. But I love Canada. The last time I went there was like almost 4 years ago, I think. It's been a while. I want to say it was like 2018 or something. So it's been a minute. No, maybe 3 years ago, something like that. But it's been a while and I would love to go back because I love Canada. So hopefully sometime soon. Okay, biggest regret and biggest accomplishment. Oh my gosh. Okay, biggest regret. I don't know if they mean like in business or in life or anything like that. I would say, oh gosh, once again, I'm like the kind of person, I don't like to dwell on regrets. I feel like I like to learn something and I do feel like everything happens for a reason, but I mean, everyone has regrets. I would say, maybe when I was like going through my divorce, like I tried really, really hard to keep that relationship amicable. It is hard when you're going through a divorce to not like hurt someone's feelings or have them hurt yours. Like there's always going to be animosity in some way. And I feel like during the divorce, we did do really well at that. But towards the end, a lot of stuff happened and things kind of fell apart. And I don't regret the way I handled it necessarily because I do feel like I did most everything right and for a reason, but maybe regret just like, I don't know, like it's so hard. Like anyone who's been through a divorce knows, but like, I know it happened for a reason and I'm really grateful for that experience in my life. It gave me so many things that I have now and I would never take that back, but I kind of regret that like, you know, I did hurt someone because the divorce was like something I initiated and it sucks because even though it was for the best and it was the right decision, I hate that I hurt someone that I was so close with for a long time. So it's not necessarily a regret, but it is something that kind of like haunts me. Okay, next one was the biggest accomplishment. Gosh, I don't know. Having my son, I mean, that's such like a typical mom answer, but seeing him become his own person and knowing that I created him and that I get to help like shape his life is really cool. But other than that, I would say like just my business in general, the fact that I was able to start this company that now employs my sisters full-time, my mom full-time. My dad was able to retire because of, you know, the business and he's my business partner. And that's been really, really cool to see because you know, he thought he'd be working a lot longer. I mean, he's still working because we have a lot going on, but he definitely has like more flexibility and freedom. And he recently bought a Tesla, which is his dream car. And just like being able to like help my family in that way. And like, that's been really cool. The fact that we like, me and my dad own the building we're in. It's like a pretty big property. Just being able to like own the stuff that we're doing and it helps. Oh, Jagger! Hey, you come say hi. Jagger woke up from his nap, so he's gonna come say hi. Come here. Come here. Are you riding your broom? Do you think you're a witch? Oh, yeah? You got your broom? You're gonna do some cleaning?
Come on, Cinderella.
Jagger. Jagger, are you gonna clean? Jackie, are you cleaning? Oh, you do your chores. Do your chores. Oh. Yeah. You do your chores? Oh my gosh, you're so good at that. Look at his sock in his head. Oh, oh. Clean up, clean up. Oh, you're done? All right, you guys, I finished putting them all in. It got a little crazy because Jagger woke up. You know how mom life is. And then I actually was done with the questions anyway. So I have them all in and I'm gonna just like slightly blend a little bit so that it looks decent. And then I'm probably gonna have my mom go through and do the rest because I feel like the hardest part about doing your own extensions is the blending. I can do, you know, a little bit on my own, but for the most part, it's gotta be someone else for the back of the head and stuff. But I'm gonna try to keep them long. This is actually a lot harder than I thought without a mirror in front of me. I have like a little mirror I've been using, but I don't have my big one in yet. All right, you guys, it's actually a few days later and my hair is disgusting. I have not washed it in like over a week since I actually did it. So yeah, actually it's been a week, not a few days. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the final result. I'm also gonna insert a few photos, but it looks pretty good. I actually really love the rose gold and I love that it has like the dimension mixed in rather than just like solid pink. I feel like it looks a little more natural this way. So just wanted to show you guys the result. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and if you would like more like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.